Hello, you're listening to Jay Harrell. Jay Harrell provides relevant and practical information for your life, your health, and your wealth.
I had a vision in my day sleep. My health and wealth was finally got a rising peak. Thinking if there was more unity in my community, there'd probably be a better me.
Black man, let's talk about solutions. We know the problems facing us today. As a fellow black man, I've seen the tremendous obstacles that we have to overcome just to be able to be close to even. That has been well documented. We all know what's going on. You subject, anything go wrong, you the prime suspect. That's a given. Jobs, we can do better ourselves. Some things that we could do ourselves to make it a better situation, we have to do it. The time for talk, it's all good, but at some point we have to have solutions. And Jay Harrell is about solutions. Let's talk about this. The problems that we have today in African American society isn't really that much different from 50 years ago. And in fact, I would argue that it's better today than it was 50 years ago. 50 years ago, President Eisenhower, even longer than that, in 1957, signed the first Civil Rights Act since Reconstruction, which was the 1870s and early 1880s, right after the Civil War. So we'll have had civil rights on the books. We've had to fight for it. We know what happened in the 50s and the 60s, where civil rights, the battles were fought. We did get limited relief. We still got a long way to go, but it's still better than it was in the early 50s. At some point, we have to look at the circumstances for what they are and find a way. It's very difficult to say that you don't have opportunity if you get out there and hustle. The first thing is you have to take that first step. The first step is very difficult. From the south side of Chicago to West LA to DC, Houston, even Minneapolis, it's difficult. I will never deny that it's not difficult. What you have to do, and I'm basing it on my own life, is first you got to have some dreams. You have to dream big and say, I can make a better life. Then you set out to achieve that goal. You don't achieve that goal by taking that giant leap. You take a small step. So what we have to do is get that first success, and then you can build on it, but you got to use your brain. You have to think about, how can I get here? For instance, everybody want to be a rapper. Well, that's not going to happen. Everybody can be good, maybe, or good to you, but you have to find something to support yourself in the meantime. You have obligations, you have family that you need to take care of. You need to take care of yourself. So work on that first step. Jay Harrell has a post talking about that, saying don't find an excuse, find a solution. And what I would say is it's always been trouble for the brother, like we said before. But Marvin Gaye talked about it in Trouble Man. Hey, that was in 1972. It's 2015, so nothing's different. Everybody sees that it's a problem. Let's have some concrete solutions and you have to look at it a way where you can't look at it negative. I'll say it like that. Like Robert Kennedy said, some people look at things and say, why? I look at things that never were and say, why not? Why not? Or something like this in a practical sense, see something working somewhere else and apply it to the niche that you're in and make it work. Put your own flair in it, do a twist on it, Black people good at taking 5 cents and making it 25 cents. That's the hustle. Use it. You don't have to do anything illegal. Use your brain. You see stuff going on. Look at one market. Adapt. Learn how to read. That's the only way when you're going to make a plan, you want to make a viable plan, you got to get information. Read magazines, learn stuff on the internet, find out what other people are doing, and then you'll be able to compete with them and win. So what I say is, as a kid, a teenager growing up in Texarkana, Arkansas, which is not a bastion of black support or intellectual or anything, I had dreams and I never gave up. Even when people said something, no, you couldn't do that. Okay, it's an obstacle. You find a way around it. If it's another one, you find another way. The main thing is you got to believe in yourself. People will help you if you help yourself. So, my brothers, it sounds like I'm critical, and I am somewhat, but I wouldn't tell you something that I wouldn't do myself. And you got to give back. Just think about the people that are out there that would help you and have helped you in the past. So let's not lose hope. I've always had a poem, Invictus, that talked about some of the struggles that you go through, but you have to have that strong willpower and say, I'm going to make it, to pull myself out of the pit. I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. When times get rough, what do? Is it as bad as it was in 1900? People aren't getting lynched per se, or not many. We know that things happen, but you can find a way. Things are better if you make it better. So, brothers, and anybody else out there, dream big dreams. If you can dream it, you can achieve it. And the other thing is, no matter how bleak it is, today is not as bleak as it was in 1863 or right after the Civil War. So, make it happen. Make your own way.